Hey everybody, it's Christopher Small, the owner of CMS Law Firm. We do estate planning, we do probate, we do it well. And today, I want to talk to you about estate planning and divorce. Before I get to that though, I want to remind you, if you have questions about this or anything else related to estate planning or probate, and you want to talk with us over the phone for free, you can do so by going to cmslawfirm.com. Okay, estate planning and divorce. Had a potential client call today who is in the beginning stages of getting divorced, unfortunately, or fortunately, I guess, depending on your point of view. And excuse me, he wanted to know what was going on, what he could do or what he needs to know. And I thought this would be a good time to talk about this. I know I've talked about it before, I'm sure I have, but you can never talk about it too much. So the important thing to remember in Washington State in particular, and specifically, because that's where I am, is this is a community property state, like a I don't know what's called strict community property or whatever. Basically, if each person in the relationship owns half of everything that's been accumulated since they were married, for the most part. Okay. Now, there's some caveats in here. I'm not trying to talk to you about how to get divorced. I'm just trying to give you some context. But for that reason, because it's a strict community property state, each spouse has the ability to do whatever they want with their half of the property. They are under no obligation to give it to their surviving spouse, to their kids, to anyone, really. You can give it to anybody that you want. This is important when you are considering getting divorced or if you're in the middle of the divorce process, because until you are actually divorced, you are still married. Okay, so if you would die while you are in the process or starting the process, there is a high likelihood, if you didn't have a will, for example, or an estate plan in place, that per the sort of the rules in Washington State, your assets would go to your spouse because they are not your ex-spouse yet. They would go there. Okay, so if you want to prevent that, if you don't want that to happen, then you need to create your own estate plan. Another thing to consider at that time as well is, if you have any existing estate plan, if you have existing powers of attorney, you may want to update those to reflect your current relationship standing. It is very important. It's something that can really come back to sort of haunt you and not be great, particularly if you are sort of breaking up on less than good terms. Then this is something that you really want to consider. Okay, so here's the so that's it. That's really all I want to talk about when it comes to divorce and estate planning. Just make sure that if you're going through the process, if you're not fully divorced, you're technically still married. And for that reason, you want to make sure that your beneficiary designations are updated in the right way, that your estate plan is updated in the right way, that things are pointing where you want them to go, so that, in the unlikely event, but in the event that you meet your untimely demise, then, you're taken care of. All right? That's it. If you like this, hopefully you did. Hopefully if you're watching this and get divorced, you'll be all right. You're gonna work your way through it. But if you have questions about this or anything else related to estate planning or probate and you want to talk with us over the phone for free, you can do so by going to cmslawfirm.com. All right, that is it. As always, I am Christopher Small. I am the owner of CMS Law Firm. We do estate planning, we do probate, we do it well. Thank you for your time. Thank you for your attention. I appreciate you, and I will talk to you again soon. See ya.